Hello everybody, today we will chat about where does the child aggression come from. I recently read somewhere that aggression in child is in their way of letting an adult know that they need them. A scream for help, you could say. Many times I have said that to achieve success as an adult relies on your own self-confidence, self-belief, to give yourself self-worth. Self-confidence and self-belief are a long process, and it begins at the very moment when the child is born. It develops when the child themselves feel wanted and carried by their own parents and loved ones. The surrounding can play a big role on this development. In the very beginning, it is the relationship between parents, the way they are praised for their work, or the constant critique of them. If parents keep on criticizing and showing with their body language that they are not pleased with the child, can affect the development of their self-worth. During the safeguarding trainings, when looking at the topic of violence with children and where it comes from, we tend to always go back to the answer of physical abuse. I have always heard things such as aggression is something comes genetically, something no one can control in the end. Each theory of aggression in children has its ups and downs. To pull them all into the conclusion, violence in children is due to the lack of emotional and physical support from their parents. A child who is going through such a big tends to hide the emotion and begins to shut themselves in more and more, pushing themselves away from its family. If a child is constantly being shouted at, scolded, or other, they begin to lose the context of words. For them, whatever you may say is hurtful, as they have become so used to receiving this criticism from you that they begin to lose their self-worth. Being shouted at by one's parents raises stress and aggression in child. As a parents, we have many duties towards the child, feeding them, clothing them, taking care of them. But those are all basic functions and will not lead to building self-worth in child. Therefore, remember that it is important to support your child, praise them, and most importantly, not to resolve any arguments in front of them. At times, a parent may have a bad day at work and bring this annoyance back home. This behavior will send to the child the message that the parent is unhappy with something, that something the child will believe is them. Problems, relationship, or in your household should resolve away from the child so that they will not hear or be aware of the situation. The worst thing a parent could say to a child who is known to have such aggression is, "Stop this immediately," or "If you don't calm down right now, I will." This phrase will do the exact opposite of what's indeed. Instead of calming the child, you will raise the emotion even more. I have often met the parents who start shouting or criticize the child once this type of behaviors occur. The best way to calm a child down is to talk to them. Even with a 2 years old, you can talk with the simple words, simple sentences. Get down to their level so they can find out what is stressing the child and how you can resolve this. What is important for parents is to start using feelings. I see that you are sad, or what is making you angry? There's another reason as to why a child is aggressive. The child believes that this is the only way to get the parents' attention. The parents only clothe them, feed them, or take to school. Nobody is actually taking to the child or noticing their own feelings. We are all different people with a different perspective of the world. As parents, we like to believe we always know what is the best for our children. However, it is something truly worth to go down to the child level and see it from their perspective, from the child perspective. When a child has been gathering the emotion for so long, it is possible that they come out during the aggressive state. In those situations, it is the best to leave the child and allow them to scream it out. Once they have calmed down, they talk about what is bothering them. In my setting, I tend to give newspapers to read, or sing a song, or just sit with them when a child is showing aggression. But on the ways of how to calm aggression is in a previous video, which you can check out. Sometimes an aggressive child can cause hurt to another child. Beating, kicking, scratching, or pushing should be all treated with the same consequence. This will allow the child to understand that what they are doing is not only wrong, but will always have consequence that must be fulfilled. Aggression such as tantrum is just another stage of development, and they must called out and spoke to about with the child. It is vital to talk about how the child feels in the same time of situation. I hope you enjoy it. Leave thumbs up and comment below. Stay tuned. Bye!